How do I know when it is time to go to bed? When I'm here on my own, I could watch films all night long. But eventually I hear a voice that says it is time to go to bed now. And I know that voice is Mother Divine telling me I should be going to bed now. Or at least to start my meditation. It's 1:30, I think, is it? Is it 1:30? Does that say 1:30? Let's have a look, shall we? 1:25. So, I think it's time to go to bed. Which involves me taking a tea to the bedroom. Where's that fly come from? Ooh. You be good. Be good. Be good. No more naughtiness. No more. None of that. Be faithful. Wee laddie. The bliss is indescribable. What is it? It's indescribable. Even the best alcohol can't get you this high. I can leave it on going on the internet until I go to bed. I think I might have awoken his Kundalini. Don't you? That's another thing I've never mentioned on YouTube. What happens to a person that's around... what happens to one person? What happens if one person is highly meditative, does a lot of meditation? And what happens if the other person... no wonder my neighbours aren't too happy. And what happens if the other person doesn't do any meditation? What happens if one soul is quite negative and quite depressed, and the other soul is always meditating? What happens then? Well, the soul that does a lot of meditation awakens the soul that doesn't do any meditation. Because the one that meditates is a bit like a magnet and magnetises the other soul. Therefore, both souls become magnetised. But the person that doesn't meditate could actually reject the strength of that magnet, and therefore and then what happens to that soul? Well, to reject a magnet is to reject power. To reject power is to become powerless. That soul goes to a place where they can't find any power. The power comes from the inner self, but that soul has forgotten the inner self. And therefore, they're looking, they're still searching for that power. It can be found again in the inner self. It is everywhere. The one is everywhere within the inner self. Forgotten or not, it remains unblemished, indestructible, unchangeable. A bit like the sky. Pain is there and pleasure is there. Like a roller coaster that soul is. Go up and go down, and go up again and go down again. But peace is a completely different thing. Peace is only achieved through the inner path. I'm not just talking about meditation. A soul can find the inner path through devotion. But the easiest way is the way inwards. The way inwards is also the way outwards to freedom. A soul can go hither and thither in many different directions and never find happiness or peace, or at least peace. Yes, they can find temporary happiness and temporary peace, but lasting happiness and lasting peace will elude that soul. Because they've forgotten the inner path. And the inner path is not just peace. Peace is only the beginning. Power. Power is what you want. Power is what humans want. All humans crave power. But they put their mind on money, which only has a temporary ability to give power. For instance, when there's a virus like the coronavirus at the moment, all the stock markets in the world tumble, and therefore what people say gives them power, only gives them temporary power. The one that has power is the one that cannot be destroyed by any virus, even by the bubonic plague. That power is the mind. The mind can demonstrate such power. For instance, a woman has played a violin while she's had brain surgery, while at the same time that she was having brain surgery. This demonstrates that the mind is much more powerful than anything like money. The mind, if you can access deeper layers of the mind, then you can have a much higher level of power. This only is that.